Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are, turn 15. Wow, okay. This is going to be a lot of fun, I'd imagine. Now, of course, giving it the usual couple of minutes here, just to let people get in, of course. Double check our preferences. I think we didn't see any sound effects last time due to the main volume being off, actually. So that one's been fixed. So ideally we actually have our sound effects, which I've grown to love, to be honest. Hello there, Anno. How you doing, my man? Hello there, Rainbow Slash. Well, this is it. I think it's always good to sort of have like a pre-turn sort of discussion, maybe just sort of like, what do we expect to happen? What do we know is going to happen? So the 80, how you doing, my man? So we know, so yeah, we'll go over what we know then. So we know that the heavy cruiser Maya was hit last turn by a torpedo. And she has something in the region about 60% flotation damage. Something in the region, what was it, about 25% system damage, but obviously the flotation, the one that'll probably kill her. Now, we did come to the decision of putting her on full speed along with the escort and heavy cruiser. We do have 3 destroyers that are making full speed to join them, as well as a patrol boat ideally. So of course, there's always a risk that we will increase the flotation damage, there's a big risk there. But the bigger risk is that of the American submarines in the area. I mean, we're only going to be making 30 knots at maximum speed here, so we absolutely need to move on. Already writing the anime screenplay for our glorious victory. I like it. I like it. Indeed. Well, we have a lot going on. I mean, we have landed at Suva. Now, honestly, I was hoping that we could have taken Suva last turn. I was hoping that they would have attacked on their initial landings, but we didn't actually see that. Though the troops have landed in good order, they're pretty much already fully unloaded, and they're fully ready to attack. So once we actually do secure the island of Suva, what we'll have to do is consider how we want to actually take advantage of that. Now, what I could do is actually deploy float planes down to the area. Though something I have been thinking about is, of course, we do have float planes pointing towards the actual, well, to the east. The thing is, I mean, I was talking about moving my G3 M2s, but the thing is, if I do move them, I do lose the torpedo capability, and I think that one's a really hard one to let go of. So I may keep them somewhat in the Marsh Islands, though I may see if I can actually move their headquarters to Tarawa, potentially, or closer to Tarawa. I'm not entirely sure which range we'd be able to move them, where they would actually still be able to have access to the torpedoes. So that's something that we'll obviously discuss in the actual stream. But we need those torpedoes. We need some kind of defense still in the Marshall Islands. But we'll see how things go. Hello there, Sun Yan. How you doing, my man? Okay, so let's get into this. It would be turn 7. A bold gambit. I love it. I honestly, there's so much in between these save turn names. It's honestly incredible. Like, I'm a bit of a, like, memer. But, I mean, I love it. So we have a wall of human flesh will stop the Japanese. The Allied war machine demands more blood. Then, living on a prayer. Oh, dear. Very interesting. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Quite nerve-wracking, but the good news is we don't have too terribly much that can go terribly wrong. It's not as critical as some of the other turns. It's more so going to be interesting. If we do lose the heavy cruiser Maya, then so be it. His skipper did do a good job. I don't think that we will. But we'll have to see how things go. Ah, hello there, Moonbeam. How you doing, my man? I assume man anyway, or woman. Either or, whichever one you'd like. Okay, so does occupy the base over there. Of course, our Mongol troops there in the north are moving. The cavalry there in the north. Okay. Right, we are seeing our task force react over here, task force 54, so that would be the ASW. Yeah. And task force 94. He said it, he said what could go wrong. Indeed. Right, what do we have here? I-4, so we are seeing destroyer here. Now this is interesting. Oh no, the destroyer is actually attacking us, it seems. I still don't have any sound effects. God damn it. Okay, I'm not going to go through the time without the sound effects. So what I'm going to do here... yeah, I'm not going to do it. Sorry. I apologize, guys. I'm just going to relaunch the game. I'm just going to go into the actual settings and just double check them because something isn't quite right there. We want to have these sound effects. I know it's a little bit of a quibble, but yeah, I want them. Right, so we'll relaunch the game. So hold on 2 secs, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah, hi, Patrick. Don't worry about it. I just need to go into the actual sound settings. Don't worry, it only takes about 2 seconds. I should load the game. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is we do have background effects. We have sound effects. We'll try the background. Yeah, I know, right. Alt F4, indeed. I can't fathom why they wouldn't do that. Yeah, sound effects are right. Actually, what we'll do over here then is we'll go into our CB's utility. I'm just going to rename this one over here. Right. Now, I do apologise, but I really am a stickler for actually having good audio, so I do get rather annoyed if I don't. Okay, leave that. I will have that on, leave that off. Now, that shouldn't affect anything. We should still have everything here set up. Right. Force that window. Manual will set this up. It only takes 2 moments. I can imagine you guys are kind of sick of my shit right now, but oh well. In fact, I've gone in the wrong place. Right, here we go. Yeah, it's just strange. It should be there. That's what I find odd. So I'm just wondering if we remake the actual shortcut, it might rule out a potential flaw there. Okay, so all we need to do now is just link that to the .exe. I mean, this is great for the people who don't know how to actually use CBs. At least you get to see how to use it. Excuse me. Right. We do have sound effects outside the battle. I just need to make sure we have the sound effects within battle. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? I need to buy a new SSD. Okay, here we go. Right, hopefully that will fix things. See, that only took about 2 moments. I'm gonna be annoyed if we don't have it, but the turn's more important anyway. If not, I'll just obviously have to try and fiddle about with it. Indeed, here's open. Now we did see, right, okay. Yep, there we go, going through that quickly. I know, right? Indeed. Okay, reactions over there by Takao. Now we are seeing reactions off the Malayan coastline, which is very good. No, we're not seeing them. Oh well, we'll figure that one out. Yeah, we did just quickly restart the turn just so I could try and get the animations, but something is definitely preventing that. That's really strange. And we'll figure that one out. But no matter, we'll go through the turn. Right, here we go. We have the, Did we just see ships off of Suva? I think we just saw ships. Yeah, I'm sure I saw ships there just off of Suva. I believe they were green. I believe they were allied ships there. Right, so we have Tenru over here. Torpedo has missed. Now, this is why I didn't actually put Tenru in with Kitabutai due to the fact that she is... Well, she's smoking. Well, she might have actual fires there, but she's definitely making herself known. Now, see, that is why. It wasn't a Tenru. It was due to our cargo ship over here. Because she's on fire, she's basically like a magnet to submarines out here in the dark. Yeah, we'll have a look in the game then. I know, right? Oh, she goes down. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. I believe that was the one that was damaged. Which is interesting, actually. I believe I sent her at cruise speed, so I do find that one rather odd. But oh well. Didn't honestly expect it to go down there. Right, we are seeing our task forces react here. The good news is we haven't seen any torpedo attacks on our light carriers. Yes, we definitely see... Right, okay, what do we have here? Okay, so that looks to be the patrol boat. Now, this looks like potentially 2 allied light cruisers. These would be the ones that we actually saw earlier than I'd imagine. Now, the range is 23,000 yards, sorry, 2,300 yards here. Yeah, but Nagata Maru isn't really going to do anything here. She's going to go down. Right, so we have the heavy cruiser Canberra and the light cruiser Perth. Okay, so we are going to see the Nagata Maru go down here. But the good news is we do still have 2 destroyers. And the thing is, our troops have already landed, so yes, he may bombard our troops at Savai, but we will move our aircraft there to actually be able to deal a blow. We do have forces on the way. But the thing is, we have made it in time. We have unloaded the troops here. All we have to worry about is the actual supply. Yeah, she's going to go down. But this is only a patrol boat. Now, what I'm hoping for... She may yet survive. She would have taken some heavy hits, but she may yet survive. Right, critical damage, yeah. She's not going to survive that one, is she? Yeah, the range is closing here. They definitely do have the speed advantage. She doesn't really have a chance in hell here. Internal explosion. But this is it. We are making a very bold move here. So, now, our timetable definitely does have to escalate here. Indeed, Canberra. We saw Cornwall, but we haven't seen Canberra. Canberra would be part of the Australian Navy. I think these are potentially Australian ships. I think Perth... Yeah, I think these are definitely Australian ships, which is interesting, actually. So, I think the result of this is, of course, going to be our PB is going to go down here. Well, you say that. They may have a chance. It depends, really. I would have been better off at night time. We'll see here. Our destroyers may be annihilated, but you remember how 3 destroyers did against the actual task force with the Prince of Wales and a battle cruiser Repulse. All they have to do is get in close and deliver torpedoes. That's all they need to do. That is their main purpose here. Right, I'm going to actually skip this because I think we can see the writing on the wall here. Yes, she goes down. She does take 24 hits. Now, the actual benefit of this, there is actually benefit in here. The Nagata Maru has actually revealed the ships here. She's also used some of their valuable ammunition. So we'll see what happens here. So we do see an encounter. Now, this is the one that we need. Right, okay, our force is surprised, which does not put us on a good thing. Yep, they open fire, range is 22,000 yards. Okay, we need to close that range or pull off. Range closing. Right, we've hit. Severe damage, yeah. We need to close the range. If we can close the range and actually deliver torpedoes, we'd be golden. Now, I think we do have something in the region about 20-odd thousand yard range with the long lance torpedoes, or it might be 18,000 yards. I'm not familiar exactly with the exact range here at this moment in time. Okay, Asanagi is definitely taking hits here, but the range is closing to 15,000 yards. We need to close in here. We are opening fire with our own guns. Asanagi is definitely still in the battle. Range closes to 12,000 yards. Right, Asanagi is definitely taking the fire here, but if we can get in there, Unagi, and actually deliver torpedoes, if we can actually get in here and deliver long lance torpedoes, we can definitely deal a big blow. We need to hope for the best here. 7,000 yards, range is closing now. I mean, our guns here don't matter too particularly much. The fact that we've been surprised doesn't help us. If this was a nighttime battle, we would have had a significantly better chance here, but we shall try to make it. Right, we need to see that range close, yep. Asanagi is definitely going to go, I'm going to say she's definitely going to go down, yep. She sank 5,000 yards. Release those long lance torpedoes, please, soon as you can. The issue is we've lost about half of our long lance complement here. They've also been able to concentrate their fire now. Right, torpedoes in the water, range, come on, please hit. Please hit. Right. I don't think we're going to see hits here with the torpedoes. Yeah, range is increased to 20,000 yards. Unagi may survive here. It seems our torpedoes have not actually been successful, unfortunately. Yeah, task force breaks off. So we do lose the Asanagi. Unagi did take one hit, and she is on fire. So we have revealed the positions of Camber and Perth, but the thing is, this was in daytime. Had this been bloody nighttime, this result would have been significantly different. They were caught out as well. I don't think the DDs carried longlands. Well, whichever they carried would be nice. Okay, so we are retreating here. But, this doesn't particularly matter. Okay, yeah, we're still on fire here. Range is 20,000 yards. Is she going to attack or is she going to try to retreat? Is she actually going to press the battle? It looks as though the captain has decided to press the battle. It seems we do have an aggressive commander here. Yeah, severe damage. She's not going to make it. Yanagi will go down as well, I'd imagine. Ideally, she will not go down before she can deliver torpedoes, assuming that she hasn't actually used all of her complement. Yeah, he's going to be happy. He is going to be happy, but at the end of the day, we've lost a patrol boat and 2 destroyers here, potentially. But it has revealed very important information. It has not actually destroyed our landings here at Savai, but it does mean we know what he has in the area. We will have submarines head down this way. Indeed, these are quite old destroyers too. Right, okay. Right. Right, the range has increased to 25,000 yards. We may be able to escape here. Yanagi may survive yet. Right, task force breaks off. So she's taken an additional 2 hits here. Now, she may be able to survive. Okay. Torpedo miss. Escorts here. Skipjack. Skipjack was the one who obviously put the torpedo into Maya. So this would be some sweet revenge. Or guess not. Okay, task force, yep. Okay, so at least we do have our submarine open up on the American cargo ships. Now, we are seeing something over here. This is going to be very interesting. We are seeing ships here and here. Things are definitely afloat here. I think we have to go with the assumption that he knows the gist is up at Fiji. He knows something is going on here. But the good news is that we do still have our troops on the island. We may have lost a destroyer, we may have lost a patrol boat, and we may have a second damaged destroyer. But in reality, it does not change the fact that our men are on the island to Vai. And if we can capture the island, which we will do, then we can have an airbase. Once we have an airbase, we have a reconnaissance over Savai. We have a reconnaissance over Fiji. And with reconnaissance brings us information that we can use tactically. Right, okay, so I'm going to assume that she's probably going to go down here. But that was a good decision by the captain here of I-5 using the gun. Right. I suppose they're just going for whatever target they can find. Right, here we go. We are using depth charges here. Ideally, our planes will definitely help out. If we can damage any of these submarines, that will definitely help us out even further. We can see that he is definitely in this area. Right, near miss rattles. Okay. With some time and persistence, we will eventually score. Why am I seeing Hyuga? They may be reacting, actually. But she shouldn't be over here. I think, yeah, I think it's showing the wrong position. Okay, so we can see our G3s are out there, G4s as well, sorry. Attacking the submarines. Right, 8 allied ships. We are seeing ships. I've got to conclude that's probably carriers. We have to go with the absolute worst case scenario, and that is perhaps even the Pearl Harbor estimate, perhaps even the Sydney estimate of time is inaccurate. Perhaps these carriers are already on their way as we speak now, or potentially even closer than we would have dreamed of. But no matter. I mean, this is it. This shows you the importance of Fiji. Fiji is critical to the success of our campaign here, in my opinion. If we take Fiji, we will score a major victory. Allied torpedo bomber sighted. Fighter bomber over San Fernando. Aircraft sighted over Canton. Okay, so he's using his bombers against our division over here. I believe that was the 34th Division. They inflict some losses there, not huge Right, we need information on Suva. But the thing is, we know about his ships there now. So, one of the things that makes naval combat in this game all the more dangerous is not knowing where your enemy is. Okay, 111 casualties inflicted there, 1 squad destroyed, 7 disabled. Well, this is it. We'll see, hopefully we'll try and get a better idea of the numbers there at Fiji. We do have plenty of submarines in the area, so the good news is now we will use our submarines to actually hunt down the Canberra and the Perth. So he's opened up his ships to danger now. But it does reveal the fact that he is moving assets to this area ASAP, so that definitely does mean we need to move. Okay, we're not seeing actually that much... Right, okay, now we're seeing some of our ASW missions taking place. We're gaining a good amount of information, actually. A lot of useful, very useful information. Now, Savine needs to fall this turn. Level bomber. Right, Catalina. I'm very interested to see what is south of Midway. Very interested. Yeah, small allied reconnaissance over Canton. Right, we are seeing ships just outside of Tau there, near Pago Pago. We're seeing a lot of allied ships here. He has had something nearby. I do wonder where they might have come from. Perhaps Palmyra, perhaps even Pearl Harbor. They may have slipped past quite easily, as because we do not have search planes there. But Kiributai is moving quickly to the Marsh Islands. So we may potentially look at how we want to approach this situation. We do have carrier superiority in 1941. So that is the main thing here. And this, well, is the fact that we have carrier superiority. So in reality, we can dictate the battle. Right, Skipjack. Hello there, Hugh. Now we have actually seen battle joined at Savai. We have seen one of our destroyers sank and a patrol boat sank. One of the other destroyers has been damaged by the heavy cruiser Canberra and the light cruiser Perth. But the thing is, they're unsupported, so we need to make use of that. Right, Skipjack is a bloody dangerous bastard, isn't he? Right, attack it. If we can kill it, I'd be very happy. Well, this is it. I'm not wanting to stay at Canton any longer than necessary due to the fact that I have nothing there. Okay, so we are seeing some damage here to Skipjack. This is what we need. Yep, we are hitting here. Very nice. Critical damage. Skipjack is forced to the surface here. Do we see her surface? Right, she hasn't been forced to surface as of yet, but she's definitely taken a lot of damage. Yeah, she's been hit. Right, we're out of ASW ammunition. So she wasn't quite forced to surface, but she did take 3 solid hits there. Or at least 1 solid hit. So that's very good information. So we'll keep up these patrols. We'll obviously keep rearming our ships. Right, the Congo Maru has gone down. That's a shame. But this is it. We have made a bold move, as the save was called. By the way, any news of USS Enterprise? Nothing as far as yet. Right, we are seeing a shock attack over here. Let's hope that this is going to be the one to annihilate the 90th Chinese Corps. As we do obviously have more than enough force here. We do have a large presence of armor. So let's really push it. Let's make sure it can be used. Right, you can see that the force there has been annihilated in terms of strength. Right, 26 to 1, 968 to 37. Let's see if we can absolutely annihilate this force. I would like to see some very heavy casualties here for the Chinese. Okay, so 370 Japanese casualties. How many Chinese, I wonder? 6,304 casualties. 272 squads destroyed. 208 non-combatant squads destroyed. 26 disabled. 8 engineers destroyed. 2 disabled. 17 guns destroyed. 14 disabled. And they are forced out of here. Defeated allied units are forced to retreat. Yeah, so in this one area here, we've inflicted over 10,000 casualties here. So the defender had the benefit of the terrain, operation mode didn't help, disruption didn't help, experience didn't help. Yeah, Tenno Haika Banzai. Okay, so we have bombardment over here that is going to take place. This bombardment should hopefully degrade their strength. Now, we could potentially take this with the 13th Division. We do have a lot of armor. Well, sorry, no, we do have the 9th Armored Company, which is not, well, Car Company, Not very strong. We do have here the 58th Infantry Regiment, so we do have enough assault value to take this. But I would like to reduce our strength to a sufficient degree so that we do not take excessive amounts of casualties. We'll assess the situation and see how we go on. But I definitely need survive this turn. I'd imagine the SLF at survive will take fire. I wonder how capturing guns and vehicles work. For example, back on Wake there were 70 vehicles that were said to be destroyed. I don't believe we capture vehicles in this game. I don't know if that's an actual mechanic. Right, 89 casualties inflicted there. Okay, so we see the deliberate attack at Savai. Yeah, the Samoa detachment should fall here quite easily. They only had a measly 6 strength. Really, we don't take it. Damn it, might have been worth taking the shock attack there. Okay, shock attack next turn then. It seems that they just somehow held out. I don't know how, considering that they have only 156 troops. So I think a shock attack would have been the better idea then. But this is it, we didn't know about the actual numbers. So I'm not going to regret that too much. Yep, we have seen the heavy cruiser Canberra and the light cruiser Perth arrive here to survive. One of our destroyers has been destroyed as well as the patrol boat. The other destroyer has taken 3 hits but is still operational at the moment. So we know there's ships here. We have seen other ships moving as well. It's a shame about Savai. I did want that base to fall. I know, right? I don't know why the attack ended so early considering that we had 61 assault value, they had 7. I don't know why they didn't press home that attack. Strange, isn't it, really? But we'll finish them off. It may be due to the fact that we didn't actually know what to expect. Okay, Sendai has expanded. Saigon has expanded. Naga, San Fernando. There we go, that's what we need. Now, with Saigon expanded to size 6, we need to expand that to size 7 ASAP so we could rearm most ships there. But at least with the additional port size, it does mean that we can use her to even greater extents. So very interesting turn. I think it will be one of those where he will be quite happy with it. But we haven't seen anything of the heavy cruiser Maya, so in some ways that's quite good. I don't know if she's yet made it home, but we'll see about that. I'm a little bit disappointed about Savai not falling. I think that should have fallen, considering that we did have that overwhelming superiority, but we'll definitely take it next turn. The issues will obviously take a bombardment, but the thing is, if he chooses to use his to use his munitions, that would be rather interesting. Okay, we are seeing additional forces that arrive in Nagasaki. Okay, let's see if we can get the bloody sound on here. Why is this off? Oh, right, why is it off here? Is that why, I wonder? I think the unit survive wasn't unpacked completely. Right, that might be why then. Okay, so we do see LSTs over here. Now, Yanagi is still operational. What is her damage? Yeah, she's hit quite hard. She's basically out of ammunition here. She has nothing left. Heavy fire. She's going to go down next turn, more than likely. And we did see some sub-attacks. Okay, so we are seeing 1,980 troops over here, so heavier than the previous estimate. Now, I did imagine that the heavy cruisers were here at Suva, so that would actually be the passenger ship. Interesting. Okay, but we'll take Savai next turn. Yeah. Well, it's strange. I had it set in the menu, so that's a very odd one. But that's very interesting to see the LSTs over here. Now, I think what we are going to do then is actually move our submarines to engage ASAP. We do have more submarines actually closing in. I am very interested to see what we have out here. We have definitely spotted additional ships. Right, 2 sub-chasers. We did see something here. There's definitely something in the water. We saw something over here as well. There's definitely something of a foot here. Now, the landing forces are moving. We do have everything moving here. So we are currently by Gilbert Island. Kiributai is over here. She's closing in. She's moving at full speed here. Ah, fuck. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, what we're going to do then is just actually reload the save, because I can't do that. I need to make sure she has full movement. Okay, what we'll do then is just obviously speed things up. It'll be able to show us then if we are having the actual save. But what I'll do is obviously speed this up. But I need to stop doing that with the bloody operation points. We can't afford it. Oh, I've just fucking saved over, for fuck's sake. Okay, one sec, guys. We'll just open up in the actual window. Let's get that save again. Alright, 2 secs. Ba-ba-bum. Uno momento, just re-download that. There we go, save file. Open this up in windowed, I think it's over here. Yep, there we go. Right. Okay, uno momento. Just delete that save there. Well, actually, I could use that one. Nah, no, I'll just save again. Okay. Bang that in there. There we go. Okay. Well, hello there, Blinton. Interesting, I suppose, would be the way to call it. Actually, I suppose we'd have to set in the game, so game options. Let's see. Yeah, must have to do it in game then. So we'll load the save then again, we'll just quickly run through it, and then we'll get right back into it. Yeah. Well, this is it. It would be very interesting if he's actually reinforcing Fiji. It might be that we should actually keep these submarines around Fiji then, just to make sure that these LSTs do not make it through. Which is probably the better option here, actually. I mean, LSTs are very valuable targets. Okay, so we'll just speed everything up here. Also give everybody a good go over the turn again. We'll be able to actually take a look at what happens here. Yeah, we're not again seeing sound effects. Right, yep, there we go. Speed this up. Gotta go fast. Yep, there's the heavy cruiser path, and yeah, look at that. It's a shame that we didn't actually get in there to deliver torpedoes. That would have definitely made things significantly better for us. He is going to be happy again with this, but in reality, we will take survive this turn. We should have taken it last turn, but obviously due to the operations mode, we didn't see that success. But we will have it. Right, okay, see, this is what I was talking about. We have a force here that we do not have information on, so this is absolutely critical. These submarines, and there's one over here as well, these submarines need to move. We need to find these ships. We need to track them down. So I think what we are going to do then is we are going to keep our G3M2s over the Marshall Islands. I cannot risk the Marshall Islands. We can't risk it. We've seen a lot of activity around Pearl Harbor. He's definitely making a big play here. Something is definitely going on. Well, something is definitely afoot. Yes, indeed. So we're not seeing too much in the way of air activity. It seems that we aren't seeing the bombing coming from Port Arthur. I think that may be due to potentially the weather. We didn't see attacks at Kotoburu either. The good news is we haven't seen any attacks on our light carriers, so that's very nice. We'll be able to move our A6M20s onto the actual light carriers. So in reality, a very, very interesting turn with lots of things really for us to consider. But in reality, yes, we have lost... In reality, what have we lost? We lost a destroyer, we lost a patrol boat. It hurts. It does hurt my position in there, but it has revealed valuable, valuable information. He's revealed the fact that he does have warships in the area. He's revealed the fact that he's moving ships from Pearl Harbor. He's revealed the fact that he has LSTs moving to Fiji. Do you think he waited for the Fiji Gambit to bring out his carriers? Well, this is it. I have no idea. He may be able to... Well, he may have been able to garner information from the bloody magic interception system. He may have obviously figured out himself the fact that obviously we're taking Canton, we're at Savai, we've got to be doing something in the area. Submarines over that way. Okay, here we go. What I'm going to do is actually just save at the start of the turn just so I don't bugger anything up. Well, this is it. At absolute best, he could send 3 fleet carriers and 1 light carrier. We can definitely exceed that. So I'm just going to save it here. So guys, remember 60, because I'll probably fuck up at some point. But we need speed. Speed is definitely of the essence here. Right, let's just see if I can get that back on. Yeah, it doesn't actually save, does it? Okay, there we go. So ideally that'll be saved in the future now, but at least we know about that. Okay, so we are aware that forces aren't down here. Now, let's get an idea of what we're seeing here. We'll go over... Yeah, so we see at least 2 LSTs, potentially. What interests me is they are being sighted by the forces at Canton Island, so having those patrol boats at Canton Island has definitely been valuable. 2 ships here still. Okay, we aren't seeing anything in this immediate area. We're not seeing anything off of Sydney, we're not seeing any ships in the actual port here. How about off the American coastline? We're not seeing anything off the coastline here at the moment. Yes, we do definitely have better planes. Well, I mean, we do have rather nice planes. The A6M2 platform is obviously very maneuverable, does have a fair amount of firepower. It doesn't have the same durability, because obviously the fact it doesn't have armor, but we have the range advantage, we have the better pilots. And the fact is, yes, we do have additional flat tops as well. So what do we see here? Right, heavy cruiser. Now this we could potentially intercept, but we'll decide on that one. 4 destroyers here supposedly in the port. 14,000 men. 4 to 6,000 men here. Right, he's actually reinforced submersing as well, actually. There's now 15,000 men. Now, that is interesting. It's very interesting. These troops are in relatively good shape. But the fact is, should he shock attack with that many men, we'd probably be defeated. But the fact is, he's moved these men to mersing. We need to take advantage of that. So, a Lone Star has actually complained about the lack of supply, which is understandable, so we will increase the amount of supply here. We are doing a lot, we need to move. We need to move very, very quickly. So, let's see, yeah. Maya has arrived. Fantastic, she's going to be fine. She's going to make it. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually detach her then. Okay, Maya. Okay, there we go. Now, disband. Now, she can't dock, which is an issue. But she can have pier-side repair, I'd imagine. So if I go and take a look at ships under repair... She's not under repair then, is she? Yeah, she can't dock. Oh no, she does have some repair here. Right, stood down or readiness. We're going to go with readiness. We'll have her move to critical repair. 59 days, set change. Okay. But the good news is she has actually arrived in a place where she can be saved. At least with additional forces, at least she's actually in here. She's not going to be moving out, is she? So that's obviously going to help out with those issues there. Her operational points can obviously be put into fighting the damage here. Indeed. Now, I do have myself the Chokai, 2 patrol boats, and 3 destroyers. Why are they here? Ah, for fuck's sake, why are they here? I think I must have accidentally clicked retirement allowed because, yeah, they're over here. Which is honestly... Okay, well, I'm just gonna accept that something's gone wrong there. We must have accidentally clicked retirement allowed, but... yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that one. It's strange. Put her on stood down, it should be faster. But, yeah, that was dangerous. That was dangerous. It did seem like we actually did see some attacks over here, but, well, we're out of there, so we'll just move out that way then. So, well, I just don't know how to explain that one. Don't know how to explain that one, but, okay. I'm glad she didn't get hit. It is what it is, isn't it? Okay, stood down. Now, I do have a repair boat actually over here, I believe. Should be one actually in the port here at Camaran Bay. Yes, we do have an auxiliary repair ship. That would actually be very good to move over here, potentially. Okay. Well, at least we are out of the danger to some degree. We'll just have to obviously move out from this area. Does he actually know she's here? I'd imagine he does know she's here. But well, fuck it. We'll get out of the area. I think if we move into the South China Sea, that would probably be a good idea. At least then we'll be able to support our forces from a distance. Okay. We are seeing a tanker over here, which is interesting. I would very much like them to move out here to the South China Sea. Our landing is getting closer now. Yeah, there's a lot of ships there. So we have 39 ships here. And there's a lot of destroy protection. That's 28 units of ASW capability. A fair amount of AA. Not incredible amounts of gunpowder. But a fair amount of, well, fair escort. I'm going to move the auxiliary repair ship. Yeah, well, that's it. Definitely can't move it yet. Okay. Our troops have arrived here, so we'll be able to engage these American forces. How are we looking over here, then? Hello there, Judy. Banzai. Right. So Midway hasn't actually been subjected to any threat as of, well, yet. Our forces were attacked, but they did survive. Now, Kitabutai does need to move in. Seems they didn't actually catch up. Yeah. Running quite low in fuel there, but you should be able to make it. Let's see. Whereabouts is Kitabutai going to be? She's going to be there. I think we absolutely need the speed. We need to push it. Push it to the limit. Yeah, low on speed there. Well, I'm actually going to move her down to mission speed. Mission speed and just replenish at sea. Right. Tactical refuel. No fuel transferred. Okay, fair enough. Yep, Midway has finally fallen. But the thing is, we do have our operations over here in Samoa. I was hoping that we could have taken Survive this turn, but at least we know the actual strength. There's fucking 80 troops here. We can take that easily. The fact is, the 51st Naval Guard is in pretty good strength, so we'll have them shock. I do wish we had them shock last turn. We might have taken additional losses, but I would have been very happy taking it. Okay, now the Yanagi is not in a good way here. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to get her out here. The thing is, what we could do is actually move towards his ships over here. I think that is going to be the best way to do it. We haven't taken the island, so I can't actually move in there. But I think what we need to do... And now, actually, I haven't got information on where the cruisers are. They might be somewhere around here. That might be possible. They may be somewhere around here, actually. But I think what we need to do is actually move to actually intercept these landing ships. Granted, we only have the AA guns, but fuck it, if we can intercept his landed forces, that will send them into panic. We might be able to actually disrupt his forces' movement in the area by sending the destroyer there. The HMAS Canberra and HMAS Perth. Indeed. When do you plan on cleaning up all these little allied outposts, islands you're leaving behind the Pacific? Once we capture this area and do develop it, we will go ahead and secure the islands behind our lines. Could those LSTs be trying to reinforce Savai? Well, now that'd be interesting if they did try to reinforce Savai. That would be something rather intriguing. But if it reinforced the Savai, then, well, yeah, why not? Yeah, no, this is the issue that we have no guns in the Unagi's gun, well, main armament. So they wouldn't be able to do very much. It's just the fact that she's very heavily damaged. See, she does have fuel enough to move. Now, the actual landing forces over here didn't take any hits, thankfully. Fuel is at an absolute premium. But the thing is, we are still unloading... well, we've unloaded a decent amount of supply. The fact is, we've been able to do this in time. Had these cruisers been here, they would have annihilated the landings. But the landings have gone ahead. And what do we have here in terms of supply, then I need to know. What do I have? Not much in the way of supply, actually. I have thought we'd have unloaded more. Okay, we need to unload supply ASAP then. Empty islands were also captive in range of a developed and garrison-friendly base. Okay, that's good to know. Now then. The Guam cover force is only a few days out here. We do have 2 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers. So, the interesting question is going to be when does this actually become a battle of aircraft? Kitabutai is going to be some days away, but we are moving as fast as we bloody can. We did lose a ship actually moving here, which is bloody sucked. Okay, Urakazi is going to disband here. Yeah, global style ram attack. I mean, she's on fire. She's really heavily on fire. I don't know if she'll even make it past the turn here, to be honest. Okay. Ships under repair. Right, 10 days. Okay, set changes. Actually, no. I mean, what's the difference here? 10 days. We'll have kept in this... Well, no, actually, just... Stand her down. We should see the destroyer tender actually help out here. She'll definitely aid, I'd imagine. What? Oh dear. Yeah, these search planes are definitely valuable. I think you have to take all of risk. Fuel is low and you can't back now. You will have to capture the island in the next turn or your task force will be obliterated from the field. Indeed. We'll try to unload what we can. It might have been an oversight to have not unloaded last turn. But then again, I did assume the island will fall last turn. But we know there's hardly any men here. Even if he was to land in this turn coming at Savai, that would be interesting. We may actually look at sending... yeah, we may actually use our planes at Canton Island if we do decide to keep them at Canton. That's the question. To potentially bomb there. There's not many of them, so it's a question of is it worthwhile. Now, Toho Maru has arrived over here, so we need to tell her to begin to load fuel. We're going to tell her to dock and load fuel ASAP. Right, this destroyer has arrived over here. Tell them to dock. There's not a lot of fuel here, so I'm going to tell them to go with a minimal refuel. I guess that is minimum then. Undock. Okay. Right, sweet. Wow. Okay, wow. Well, that's fixed things in, hasn't it? Hell yeah. That's very nice, actually. Now, what I may do is actually move to about here. The thing is, it depends really on what is going to go on here to the south. We do have to be very careful. We do have additional reinforcements on the way, but they need to move as quickly as bloody possible. The timetable has definitely accelerated a couple days here. I was hoping that we would have a day to develop our position, or potentially 2 days, but that has been snatched from our hands here. We do have forces moving in, we will move them full speed. I think what we may do here then is potentially have our submarines over here, or at least one of the submarines over here, move at full speed to actually move into this area to potentially another force. We do have our men out this way, which we should, well, our submarines out this way, which we will move in here. Time is definitely of the essence, and we need to find the best way to make use of it. Okay. We know there's ships down here. What we may do then is actually dispatch 3 of these submarines to start hunting down to the south, actually. That could be a potentially very good idea. Endurance is not an issue, so we can burn retros, as I like to say. Yeah, we'll burn retros there. Push into this area. I do wonder where they've come from. I'd wager, with the speed of their response, that they might have come from Palmyra. Well, Palmyra. They may have come from potentially Pearl Harbor. Now, the weather here currently, if we take a look, is thunderstorms over the LSTs. The weather here is clear sky, light rain here. Okay. So we have 10 aircraft here at Canton. One of them is in reserve at the moment. Well, one of them is repairing at the moment. We'll be ready in about a day. Interesting. Yeah, that's what we need to do. I think if we rush submarines into this area, within reason, but make sure we do keep a close blockade here at Fiji. Are you sure you want to take Midway soon? Well, we've already taken Midway. Midway fell... Was it last turn or the turn before? But Midway's already ours. So, that's good. Okay. We'll decide on the situation soon, but what we need to do then is take a look over here. How sure are we about those that are actually LSTs? Well, we don't. We don't know. Do we actually have a detection level over them? No. Okay. Right, we do have forces moving down here. The tanker is moving to Tarawa. See, will I have torpedoes if I move to Tarawa? I don't have that many actual transport planes, so I could try to transport the actual headquarters. But the good news is we actually have 3,500 units of fuel there at Kwajalein Island. Kwajalein, how the fuck you pronounce it? Kangaroo Island. Is that right? Don't worry about it. Yeah, we did finally take it. So it does intrigue me as the fact is we may then actually be able to just carry straight on, but the thing is, depending on the timetable, I think it all depends on really whether we see the presence of aircraft. If we need to send the carriers, we may do. I mean, this is it. It's a very hard decision, because if I do make the decision to actually move straight south, due to the presence of, 2 warships and LSTs, well, then the thing is we do throw away a lot of options. We throw away the ability to fully refuel Kidabutai, and potentially even replenish some of our plane losses there. Want to see THG's reaction to 10,000 soldiers knocking on midways from door. Oh dear. Okay. How far are the supply ships? Well, we have the fuel ship here. Let's see. That's additional fuel. Actually, supply there. You're 2 days out. Over here, what about 3 days out, give or take? Right, we do have another heavy cruiser moving into the areas as well as a seaplane carrier. You'll be here in 2 days. So we did 2 days. Right. I love that reaction. God, I wish I could see it myself. Okay, we've loaded up supplies here. That's enough for me. A little bit of supply as well, so move. Cancel load supplies, move at full speed. Yeah, okay, so we were able to load... What did we have last turn? It was something in the region like, what, 300, 500 units of fuel? So we've been able to load there potentially 3,000 units of fuel. So if we wait an additional day, we might have potentially 6,000 units of fuel. I think we'll have to wait another day no matter what anyway. But I think it's definitely going to be down to the wire. I think we will have to assess the situation and make the best moves as we can, but we do not want to rush into action. The thing is, we want him to potentially commit carriers first. We are approaching from the north over here. Is there an air headquarters? And yeah, that would help if it actually... Yes, we do have the 24th Air Flotilla as well as the 6th Fleet over here, which should bring with it actual naval support. Yes, we do have 240 units of naval support over here, which is definitely going to help us out significantly. In total, yep, 240 units of naval support. I would like to actually potentially expand this base in the future. We could do it now, but I need to stockpile this actual reserve. Okay. That's handy. I do apparently have an AP here. Right then. So in China, we inflicted a heavy, heavy blow here. I think these forces do need to recover somewhat. Yeah, we'll have them recover for the time being. So all of them just rest and train here for the time being. Allied forces should be about a day away now. Yeah, they'll be there next turn. Right, we are seeing additional Chinese forces over here then. Right, so we do see about 22,000 men. We should be able to defeat that with the 3rd Division. The 3rd Division is actually one of our best divisions here. In before the USN carriers appear in the Indies. I mean, man, if they appeared in the Indies, I'd be bloody ecstatic. That would be a good result. I actually hope it does turn out to be that one. Okay, so we've unloaded all these supplies over here in Shanghai, which is going to help out into 2,000 tons. If he gets his cannon there first and bomb your troops, then you can strike first. Yeah, this is it. So, it may be better to actually just hold off the brakes here. At the end of the day, the thing is we do have we have two opposing arguments here. If we do burn fuel, and really burn, we could potentially make it to the area. We would struggle, but we could manage it. We do have oilers building up fuel there. It would be very rough. It would obviously subject the ships to further punishment, obviously without any replacement, but it could be done. But, of course, the other argument here is the fact that, well, yes, if we wait and bide our time, we do gain the advantage of potential surprise. I am somewhat worried about these forces over here, but we are moving at mission speed, so they are following that of the cargo ships. So their progress isn't going to be too drastic. They're going to make a few hexes per day. Nothing amazing. It does mean that our forces over here will actually be able to... Right, okay, they're on remain on station, need them on retirement allowed, and need them to react within potentially 6 hexes rather than just etc. But yes. Right. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we'll play the slower game here. I raided IGN shipping in the Dutch East Indies with Enterprise. Yeah, I can imagine. We do have the fuel. We have currently a oiler over here, Ondo. So I can actually put about 3,500 units of fuel into Kitabutai, which is not a huge amount, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, I do have a Toho Maru over here, which is obviously going to start to build up fuel. So the thing is, I'd be able to start building up fuel over here, only 2,000 units at maximum. But still, it would actually help us to move down here, then we'd take fuel like a vampire. But we currently have a tanker on its way over here to Tarawa. We have a lot of coordination here. We have an oiler, we have a submarine tender as well, which we could potentially, like a vampire, suck the fuel from. Okay. Right. See, without Savai, I can't really rebase my G-Freeze. We do have to acknowledge the fact that our ships move in here. So we are going to move, we are going to chase them. Okay. What I'm going to tell you to do then is actually to head directly for Savai, at least this region. Now, what this is going to actually help us to do is understand really what's going on here. So what happened to Wales? Wales? Okay. Now moving at 4 hexes there. Mission speed's 3 hexes. Yes, I'd have 472 hex range there. 118, 472. Okay, we'll move at mission speed. We do lose 2 hexes of movement, but we actually do have the endurance then to remain in the area for a long time. Well, we'll decide. I think it's one of these of... I don't know, what do you guys reckon then? Do we burn additional fuel to reach the area sooner, but that means that we have less time on target? Oh, the Prince of Wales, right, well, we don't know. As far as I can summarize, I think she's probably in Singapore, but we don't really have information on that one. Right, well, I think we'll move at mission speed. It means that we'll have additional time on target. It's a shame that we didn't catch anything moving out there. Right, but the good news is we can actually figure out the potential speed at which they move. So, you're currently moving here. Mission speed. So, 23 knots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think if we assume that task force, whatever it might have been, is making about 30 odd knots at full speed, they might make about 8 hexes per turn. So if I take a look... Right. Let's try and get some rough estimations here. So 60 divided by 8. So if he is theoretically moving at 8 hexes per day, he'll be at Savai in just about 7.5 days. Now, if he is, as I fear, moving to Canton, he would be there in 5.6 days. So about 6 days, give or take. I think what we're going to do then is we're going to point some of our reconnaissance to the north end. I may risk moving some additional patrol boats to Canton just to try and watch this area, because right now we don't really have much information. If I could base just potentially even just 2 planes or something just to this area, and just to watch what is coming, that would definitely help us. Or I could base the larger squadron. The issue is I am rather worried about losing them, but I suppose we do have to take the risk here. Okay, what we're going to do then is have a G3s. Now, I do have a G4s, actually. They could definitely be used. But the thing is, they need an airbase. But I could use them from Tarawa. So they're actually going to be a handy barometer as well, as they're attached to this air headquarters. So if I move you down to Tarawa, do you still have access to torpedoes? You, in fact, haven't moved. Of course, we don't have an airfield. Fuck. Okay, so there's no airfield here, so we can't use that. Yes, the G3s and G4s are going to remain in place. A lot of the G4s actually run reconnaissance over here, actually. That little bit of range is obviously going to be needed. Right. Let's increase the amount on actual reconnaissance then. Or potentially... Right, up that by... I mean, I could have half a squadron out there searching. Which is what I'm going to do here, actually. If half a squadron's out there searching, the other half obviously is going to be resting still unless there's something going on, so that's not a bad thing to do. The reason I'm doing this is because we need information. We need information here in this area. If there's anything moving towards the Marshall Islands, we need to know about it ASAP and ideally attack it. Yeah, air headquarters for torpedoes also. Okay. We do have aircraft auxiliaries moving. Yeah, right at the Valkyries, we're going to Nam, boys. Oh dear. Okay, so we need to think positive here. We need to think positive. I think what we're going to do then... Let's see. I might take the other squadron. Right, so we have a G4s. Run naval surge. Just have them all out there. Actually, what we'll do then... Have them run down at 6,000 feet, they'll have a better chance to detect then. So you do actually have a little bit more range. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'd like to have some additional search over this way. What I'm going to do here then... Right, I do have you here. Patrol planes are taking a battering. That's for damn sure. I think that we just need some additional planes here to watch our rear. I think what we'll do then is we'll take the boys over here. Actually, no. 10 of them. Now, 10 of them, what do they carry as armament? They carry 250 kilogram bombs or the torpedoes. I wish I could use the torpedoes. But it seems we don't have that range. Or... No, we don't have that range. Fatigue is building, however, so we do need to be mindful of that. Okay. A couple over here. Right, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to transfer you to Canton. You're going to watch the rear. We need to know if anything is coming. We still have some very light reconnaissance down this way. Not a huge amount, but we might detect something. Good, none of them were damaged on the way over. Right, just throw in 20% rest as well. 10% rest then. No, bugger it, it's too vital right now. Bugger a little bit of a fatigue. That reminds me, how much can the Americans speed up their nuclear research? I don't think they can. I don't think they don't have the same sort of industry as we do. They don't really have control of industry like we do. Okay, so we do have a wide arc here. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to set them to naval attack, actually. So I'll put about 40% of the squadron on. Or do we run naval attack? Or do we I think it might be a case of, well, we don't have a torpedo, so it's one of these of, well, how much damage could we potentially inflict? And if we hit the warships, we're going to lose our planes. So no, we'll continue to run naval search. The information garnered here is vital. Absolutely vital. You know what would be funny if the opposing search planes encounter each other? Well, I mean, these bad boys are actually fairly well armed. Well, I mean, these 7.7s aren't much, but they do have a 20mm cannon to the rear, so that's probably the best we could get. Right, there we go. So yeah, I think this is the best idea. So we run naval search obviously all day here. We need that information. We'll take the other bad boys over here. They're going to run information gathering beyond Palmyra. We need to understand if there's anything coming in this opposite direction. Well, the thing is, it's like for example, I believe black is day and night search. Well, basically, all day coverage. I think the other colours, I can't remember what they mean, but I think it basically represents the fact that, yeah, you aren't going to see as much coverage in that area. Okay. Might be worth it just to go for a wider coverage just to try and cover this area. Yeah, that might be worth it. We'll obviously cover the area around Palmyra, which is where we can expect the enemy to arrive, roughly this area. And so where do you think the flat tops are? I genuinely don't know. Genuinely do not know. I don't know whether they could be over here. I've got an indication that they're probably... I think they're probably in the US. I think they're probably US side. He's being very, like, bold here. He knows I have carriers. He knows they are nearby. They're only a couple days away. So I think, in all honesty, for him to escalate the situation, I think that shows the fact that there's probably carriers nearby. I'd imagine they might be nearby. We did have a report actually, from Pearl Harbor a few days ago about the potential presence of a carrier. We didn't find anything of it, but we had a report there. Now, I chalk that up as probably a mistake, but it might not have actually been a mistake here. One plane per search arc, wasted search arcs, waste planes, yeah. Well, then again, yeah, I suppose, what do you guys reckon? Which, I mean, do I patrol this area, but I do want to see if there's anything coming to Canton itself, so I think actually we'll target more towards, like, Palmyra. Like Michael says there, would be a waste if not. Oh, not you. A little bit wider. Just a shame. Okay, we'll run with that. At least we'll have information over this way. Or do we want to actually run more towards... It's really hard to say. I mean, Canton's definitely very viable right now. And he knows that. I'm actually going to have these planes cover this area. I think that's probably for the best to actually cover this area. It doesn't look very far, does it? Then again, it's worth it to actually cover the landing forces. So what we'll do then is obviously cover the landing forces. So I suppose at the end of the day, if we have information on where they're heading or what they're heading into, that's worth more than anything else. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best, and we'll keep it like that, just because at the end of the day, like, if we know what the landing force is heading towards, at least then we have some kind of ability to, well, avoid it or engage it. The fact is, right now, in terms of actual force disposition, raw force disposition, we know he has potentially 2 LSTs. We know he has a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser. They've used munitions. So that means they aren't at full ammunition now. Our own forces. Nagato is fully ready to fire. Mutsu's ready. Destroyer's here. Aoba's ready. Kinyugasa's ready. Furotaka's ready. Kakao... Well, Kakao... Yeah, Kakao is ready. So we're fully armed and fully ready. Those 2 fleets leaving could just be anti-climatic transports, but we need to know. Those cruisers are going to maul your unloading transports, aren't they? Well, the thing is, if they do, they do. It's not much I can do about that. We may look at how we could actually move supplies down that way. I could actually detach a ship from the landing forces to send supply that way. The landing forces do have on board 10,000 tons of supply, which is not a huge amount, but it's sufficient. So what I could do is, we also do have supplies over here at Canton. What I could do is actually detach them once they come nearer to Canton. Sorry, to Suva. I do wish we had additional forces here, but we do know that we have more raw strength than he has. The good news is as well, we also benefit from the fact of... Actually, what I'm going to do is actually transfer Yakazi over here. There we go. Yes, so then at least we could actually move out here with all of them. Yeah, we do benefit from the fact that we do have additional troop transports, or at least cargo ships that are spare. Yeah, we have... the submarine tender is actually spare as well. She's armed as well. Okay. We don't have a lot spare, but we have... What is that? One transport, 2 transports, 3... Yeah, we have 3 transports that are ready to go. We could also use these cruisers on fast transport if necessary. Not huge amounts, but still could carry something. More troops than anything. So, we do have the capability to actually take some supply, or to take some troops, or carry troops from Suva, goddammit, to Suva. The thing to remember as well is we do have a lot of submarines in the area that we will rush to this area now. They will be moving. And ultimately, it will be interesting. How many troops are in the landing force? We currently have... currently 5,692 men in the landing forces. Of course, we do have the benefit of 2 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers as well. So that's an impressive amount of firepower. 400mm guns there. Nothing compared to the Yamatos, but still quite good. We'll also have Kiributai to come in time. Yeah, she doesn't have Fal. I may have to actually replenish her. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think it's worth it. Okay. I think potentially a tactical refuel. I don't know, let's see. So we'd make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hexes here potentially. So we might even summarize that the US forces could make it. So if we assume we land here, well, end up here. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think we have that fuel. I think what we are going to do then is undock here. We're going to tell you to meet Kiributai. You're going to refuel. Give him a tactical refuel. Cancel load. Yeah, exactly. We can't make it without this. So we'll have them refuel. They'll meet about here at Tanogi. What if our carriers intercept your battleship force before Kiributai arrives? Well, this is why we're running heavy amounts of search planes in this area, as we're trying to figure out. I think I might have that a little bit further down this way. Yeah, that makes sense. I think potentially that would be better. At least then we can see if there's anything else this way. Actually, no, I'll balance it a little bit more. 161, 220. Yeah, well, I suppose that's what we had it as before, isn't it? I suppose that's plenty wide enough, isn't it? We can actually make use of that. Right. But, yeah. Ideally, we can gather information. I mean, I'd consider moving additional float planes here, but we don't have them yet ready. These guys will be ready in... We'll have an additional plane here in 1 day. We'll have another in 3 days. If you have a squadron, you have holes in your search arc, you can exploit that. Indeed. I'm just a little bit reluctant to base everything in Canton. Well... And at larger ranges, even with full coverage, it's hard to spot even a large task force, indeed. Okay. Well, what we're going to do then is we're going to say bugger it covered in Palmyra for the time being. Ah, fuck's sake, I hate when it automatically selects the other one. Right, we'll do that. Alright, is that going to leave a gap? Yeah. Right. Okay, what we're going to do then is, as Lupus suggests there, we would leave a gap in our reconnaissance. This would obviously give us a very nice arc on what's going on here. So we'd obviously be able to track the landing ships quite nicely. I mean, to be honest, what do I gain? We don't know if there's anything here, but I don't think that it is anyway. Yeah, well, this is it, isn't it? We'll see if we can rebase anything to Canton. Perhaps these Jakes. The outflow planes, ideally they might be able to make it to Canton. Too far. See, Baker Island would have been nice, actually. Right. See, it bothers me because I do want to have actual information over here, but I think it might be worthwhile to know. Right, set all patrol planes. Well, the thing is, if he invades Canton, we might lose our patrol planes. Yeah, 20 degrees eastward. Yeah, I suppose right, yeah. Okay, we'll try that. That's why it's hard for the Japanese to send so far into the Pacific, but search coverage long distances for supplies and reinforcements. Absolutely. But, he who dares wins. Kinda. Yeah. We'll go with that. Okay. So we're still covered in Savai and Samoa, but we are obviously covered in this area as well. Now, I guess I don't know, I'm half tempted. The thing is, we're not too far away from our main base over here, which is nice. It does give us that sort of ability. Now, we will have forces moving. We do have reinforcements on their way as we speak. Kidabutai is moving. Kidabutai is really the linchpin of this. So the thing is, we don't have to automatically commit. Okay. Yeah. Right, we do have additional troops here. I'm going to begin to load the 144th Regiment. If they can make it, that is. Okay, we are going to increase that safety factor. Except load. Should have told them, right, just troops. Right. Load troops only. Okay, it's on. Hello there, David. How you doing, my man? Well, this is it. We did see the heavy cruiser Canberra and the light cruiser Perth. They did actually take down one of our destroyers and patrol boat, and they have rather heavily damaged the Unagi. It's a shame as well, because the Kamikaze class is the one I could convert to APDs. Oh, is that a Minikaze? No, it's a Minikaze. Indeed. Right, so we do have a second wave being prepared. A little bit late, but it will be done. So that would see us actually load up the 124th Regiment. 144th, so that's an additional 4,000 troops there. Okay. Yeah, they may potentially sink the ships here, but if it happens, it happens. There's not much I can do about that. The ultimate goal, though, is that, well, the ultimate thing is the fact they did succeed in their mission, and that was to actually get troops down here to survive. Now, we do have to make a decision here, ladies and gentlemen, and it is something of a difficult one. Do we actually move the patrol boats, basically? Well, let's see what we can actually move into the area first and foremost before we do anything drastic. So that would definitely help us out. Your maintenance. God fucking damn it, that's a few days as well. That's not what I need right now. Okay. I do have additional A5 M4. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, fantastic. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, I didn't notice a squadron, but this is fucking fantastic. Right, fantastic. Okay, well, I'm very happy about that. So that means that we have, what, 33 A5 M4s over here. They're bloody awful. They're not very good fighters. But that's additional fighters. So fuck it, they're going to go on the carriers. How much longer is the stream going to be? I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, something like that. I had to start a little bit later tonight, unfortunately. But we'll see, we'll go on until we reach a sort of natural point, and then we'll continue in the next stream. But this is fantastic. This is bloody fantastic. They're awful. Absolutely awful. Well, then again, what is that? Maneuverability is 44. Yeah. Durability is shite. Gun value is shite. But fuck me, it's a fighter. Cruise speed's alright. Yeah, that'll be alright. We will bang those on board Kitabutai. Yeah, exactly. It's just something else to shoot down bombers. So hell yeah. We could also potentially load up on some additional float planes as well. That's a good thing, like basically load up these jakes. But this is good news. Very, very good news. Very happy about that. I could even potentially move these A5 M4s over here, actually. I think we will do. Yep, not that good, but better than nothing. What we're going to do then... Could you make it to... You can't make it, god damn it. Right, come on. You can't make it. I know you can't make it, but come on, let's try. You can't. I could make it here. Right, we'll rebase here. Yeah, exactly, 10k. Well, this is it, but it's like we do have an additional 9 over here as well. I mean, this is it. They are carrier capable. They're not fantastic, but that does mean that we have, like, what, 41 additional fighters that we could send aboard Kidabutai. Now, if we take a look over here. Right, so capacity here, we could take an additional... Yeah, we could definitely take the additional ones here if we don't stock with zeros. Definitely space here. Definitely space. Well, actually, no. No. Definitely here in Akagi. Even if we overburden them somewhat, we will take them. Now, of course, we will have seaplane carriers as well, so that will actually aid us as well. We'll be able to put on additional search planes into the force. I think we are going to build up Kidabutai's strength to some degree. Yeah, I'd be very happy about that. So what will we have then? What did I say? 33 and then 9. So, was it 33? I don't know. So let's assume that we have like... I'm just going to assume that we could have like 42 A5M4s. Do we have 29 on that island? One second, let me check. Oh no, it's 24, isn't it? Okay. Right. So that's 42. Okay, so we have 42 A5M4s, so we could potentially rebase the carriers. Now, if I take a look over here then. If I take a look at carrier aircraft, we currently have 80 A6M20s ready. 80 in total, 77 ready. Now you can imagine with an additional 42 fighters, that would obviously take us up from 77 to, well, obviously not 77, 80 really, but that would then take us up to 122 fighters. Granted, a third of them would be awful, but bloody hell, an additional third being added there would be a dream. It would mean that we would have additional combat patrols. It would mean that we'd have a chance. We'd have a solid chance. It means that we could potentially... Yeah, that's fantastic. My advice is don't rush the operation, prepare accordingly, get everything set up and then attack. Yeah, we have that advantage. Like, I'm a little bit frantic because obviously I don't like the fact of losing our position here. Now, we won't lose the position. The thing is, if he does decide to land his forces over here, assuming there are forces on board these LSTs, assuming these even are LSTs, well, they still have to take down the 51st Naval Guard. We are going to move our submarines over here to Suva, but we are going to send submarines out this way. I mean, if he reinforces, the thing is, well, we have 6 carriers. So, yeah. We have 6 carriers. Our Zeros took a hit, but our Vals and our Kates definitely didn't for the most part. And these Kates have phenomenal range. Are these actually low in altitude? Yeah, they were on search actually. What I'm going to do is actually raise that up to 8,000. Okay, set all B5 and 2 Kates. There we go. Morale 99. Yeah, this is it. Even this squadron, which has obviously taken a lot of losses, their morale still 79. Average experience is 75. Send a token force of 4 DDs to survive. We could definitely try that. Yeah, raiding party. Thing is, I don't have much in the way of endurance here. Well, this is it, but the thing is, Blackjack, right now, is all that matters. I mean, I'd be tempted, if I was to send a raiding force, I would rather send something of strength. Perhaps a heavy cruiser or 2, and maybe destroyers. But the thing is, we'll get close and then we'll see how things turn out. But yes, we do need to decide on something first and foremost. But just to finish that point. So it is now the 22nd of December. We'll be here in a couple of days. We'll be here with the full strength of Kidabutai. So that will be, well, in In total, 1 CL or CA, 3 DD, solid attack force. We could consider that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll give that a go then. They'd obviously be able to move out at increased speed. Yeah, these destroyers are kind of shite. Let's try and get a measure of our foe. Right, what we'll do then is we'll open up the tracker. I need to actually load the next turn, actually, but we'll do that in a moment. Right, so she's actually not an Australian. Canberra. Is she British? Is she from New Zealand? Where the hell's she from? Unless she's part of the Australia class, because this is only showing class, I do believe. She's not American. That must be the class then. Right, she'll be Australian then, I'd imagine. Okay. I'd imagine she's the Australia class, which would make a lot of sense. Right. So if we take a look over here then, obviously what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. It's a shame I can't select multiple nations here. She's US? She looked British in design. Right, in Australia. Okay. Yes, okay. Her armor then. So she has 115 millimeters of belt armor, 25 deck, 75 tower armor. How does that stack up to the to the Japanese? So, third attacker, for example, 76 belt, 50. Aoba, Mayoko. In the Megami class is definitely superior. So he definitely will have more belt armor, but I think we do have an advantage in deck armor, which actually would be the superior one. Tower armor is lesser, but the thing is it would be superior to actually have the deck armor due to the fact of, well, the threat of plunging fire. Right. Oh, there's a USS Canberra. Okay. Penetration 291. 278. So we do have an advantage in gun performance. Range 32,000 yards, we do outrange him. Slightly. How about maneuver speed? Fair free, she's not that much worse. Max speed. Right, major IGN advantage lies in crew experience. Right, similar speeds. But yeah, that's a good point about the actual crew experience. Let's take a look. What class is Aoba? Is Aoba... Aoba class, okay. Well, obviously that spells that one out. Aoba. For attacker class. For attacker class. What would we send? There's not much in it. They are roughly the same here. You do have some system damage though. Yeah, so you can actually make top speed. Aoba is a strong, independent heavy cruiser who needs no class. Other than our own. Drive maneuver 34. So we have here 6 main guns. 6, unless I've just looked at the Aoba. Yes, 6. 200mm guns. Are they the same gun? 3Y2, sorry, 3YT2 gun. Same gun. Yeah, well, we'd have the advantage. I'm considering potentially sending 2 heavy cruisers. The reason being the additional fuel. Akazi, which is a Minikazi. Okay, she's a fairly... okay. We do have potentially 3 modern. Is the Fubuki the more modern? Yeah, she looks to be the more modern destroyer. She does have the AA. AA would be quite important. Okay, what I'm going to do then is detach the Furutaka class. The reason is speed. Yeah. Well, this is true. I mean, half of me is tempted to send the Nagato class, but the thing is, I don't want to reveal the presence of battleships yet. Is it too much to send 2 heavy cruisers? Potentially so. What's crew experience like? 7369, 7267, 7067, 6869. Furutaka will go. 7369. She is the better ship here, better crew. 7169, 6768, 6568. But they are the modern destroyers, so we'll send those. Then again, is it worth it? I could send the Mutsuki class. They are very speedy. We do have a Minikaze as well. But we do have superior torpedo armament. The most important thing as well is we have one blast of torpedoes here, but we have 2 here. If we stack that up to the Mutsuki class, we only have 1. To the Minikaze class, we do only have 1. So that would mean that we do have more potential to destroy them. I want to sink those Australian cruisers, but I also don't want the raiding party to suddenly be attacked by air units from his CVs. I think what we'll do then is we'll send the more advanced... Hello there, Paul. We'll send the more advanced destroyers. That is a fine balance then. I mean, they do have AA... It's superior to that of the heavy cruisers. So I think, like this, we do have the advantage. Yeah. There is obviously the potential for land-based aircraft, but I think if he did have land-based aircraft, he would have used them already. He has land-based reconnaissance aircraft, so he will be aware of something. Okay. Right. Iraqi's Gambit. will make for survive. The good news is we will have information. Now I do have some decent float planes here. One short range, one longer range. I'm gonna have this one run night ops. Like exfiltrate in. Well, this is it. It's like we do have to remember we need to protect this force, of course. Yeah, that would leave us down to 2 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, and 3 destroyers. We don't have a huge amount here then. I do have additional forces there some way away. Now, of course, Kiributai will bring an additional 2 battleships, an additional 2 heavy cruisers, light cruiser, well, additional 2 light cruisers and 3 destroyers, as well as a bunch of destroyers here. Of course, fuel is low, but we'll replenish and then move into the port over here to fully arm. The good news is, obviously, it's going to take... Well, it's not particularly good news, but it's going to take some days for them to arrive here. Araki's Gambit's going to take a few days to arrive. Our captain is fairly comparable. He's a very good commander of the sea. He's a good action 61, so it's not the highest. His air's not too bad either. Yeah. Well, the shame is the 2 light cruisers are old type, so they only have 18 knots as their top speed, which is not sufficient. Alright. I mean, the thing is, we do have submarines over here, so that's going to be worthwhile. What we'll do then is we'll start to move our submarines. $8,210. 7,000, okay, these guys will move. Right, we're going to have them head straight over here. They're currently moving northeast. I think they're actually heading to survive. So we're going to make their top speed. They will arrive next turn, man. Now, the question is... What I'm going to do here, then, I'm going to form a new task force. I guess I could go with escort. That's not the best I could do here. I would like to have had surface task force with the cruiser miners, but I guess they're not sufficient for that. Now Yanagi. She can still make 25 knots. Yeah. Well, this is it. They may... Well, this is it. There was 2 light cruisers, wasn't there? They may be here. Now we're out of flame. I think we need to get her out of the area. It would have been lovely to have had her attack, but we can't. Right, just move out of the area. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's just bloody east. I always think of this as the east. Now that's interesting. Okay, that's definitely made me feel better. They could still, of course, turn. Okay. Can I transfer you, please? No. Yeah, it's very bad. I don't think it's going to make it, but we'll have it try and get the hell out of Dodge. It's not gonna make it, but we'll see. One of them's ready. Another two will be ready soon. When we have 3 of them, I'll move them, I think. Well, that's a good point there, proportional response. But I don't think he's, I don't think he believes that we're fucking around. I think he knows. Right, interesting. I could actually rebase the seaplane carrier. Which is all the way over here. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Transfer to the ship. Beautiful. Okay, one of them's actually damaged. That does give me a very interesting option. Superb. So we've been able to transfer you over here. How far could you make it? You could actually make it a wake. Love, I need you to. Right, remain on board. But this is fantastic news, because this means that we do have additional jakes, obviously with the additional range. I might have the Haguro actually make for the south, but the thing is it does form a viable escort. Right, you're going to move in. We'll have additional troops loaded up over here. So, in terms of actual total troop numbers, in a perfect world, we could bring something in the region of just under 10,000, including those at survive. Assuming all those survive in the landed force, and then obviously the follow-up wave with something in the region of 4,000 odd men. Catalina, aka this guy, well, yeah. There are 2 outcomes. You overwhelm him with everything you are thrown, or he snipes some ships and retreats. Well, the question then comes down to, what do we gain? What do we lose? If we lose surface assets, well, so be it. If we gain Fiji. If we lose surface assets and we don't gain Fiji, then it would be a pretty, it'd hurt. It would hurt, but it wouldn't end us. The thing is, I'm going to expect a carrier battle. I think we have to expect carrier battle. If we operate with the worst in mind, then everything else can't be too bad, can it? Now, we do currently have our zeros running, well, 50% combat air patrol. I'm going to reduce that just to actually reduce the amount of fatigue. So I'm going to reduce that down to only 30% combat air patrol, so increase that to 70% rest. If anything else, I could just tell them, well, yeah, 70% rest then. Or even just 20% combat air patrol, then well, then again, I'm not going to be too blasé. We'll have about 70% rest then for our zeros. Actually, they're all going to be running 15,000 now, so just run it at 20,000 then for the moment. Then I'll do, say, Zuikaku. Change that to 15. Then Akagi to 15. There we go. Well, this is it. We don't have a bloody clue where his carriers are, so this is why I'm really going with the assumption that they are coming. The good news here, at least about the Marshall Islands, is the fact that we do have actual... Can you make it to track? No. Yeah, we do... Oh, I can actually rebase them over here. Though we'll have 20,000 tons of supply here soon enough. Yeah. We do have G3M2 nails over here to cover the Marshall Islands, so at least we do have some sort of defense. Okay. A little bit of fatigue there. We'll lower that down to 20%. There we go. Okay, we can begin to load the base force over here then at Guam. I think once he finds out Fiji's under attack, he'll send at least 2 of those sneaky sons of bitches. Well, this is it. It's like the worst case scenario is we see 3 fleet carriers and 1 light carrier. The potentially more realistic scenario is that we see 3 fleet carriers. The other scenario is we see 2 carriers. I think there'll probably be 3 carriers. But the thing is, if those carriers are there, well, if he reveals their presence, if we see attack aircraft, that's it, the jig is up. Now this is it, it's like I've talked about the fact, well really I'm going to describe it like this. The American carriers have been something of a sort of Damocles over our head for some time now, because we've had no idea where they are. It does make everything risky. But should he reveal his carriers? Should he bring them out here? The jig's up. It would honestly be that would be it. He'd be able to put up a battle potentially, but our fighter pilots, our pilots in general are, I'd imagine, superior. We do have longer ranged aircraft, and for the most part we do have relatively superior aircraft to his own fighters. Right, he hasn't had much of an indication of action in the area except for some subs in the past couple of days, which reminds me. Well, this is it, isn't it? That's your tell. See you later, swordfish. Yeah, no biplanes. Well, the thing is, well, this is it. It's like, if they potentially escape again, it does mean that we know more. And I'd see you later. See you later there, Michael. We'll have another stream anyway before we really finish the turn off. There's a lot to be decided upon here. So we are going to spend a good amount of time really just going over it. Alright. I think this is it. Should he commit carriers? I think, honestly, it's scary to say, but I would honestly prefer him to commit carriers. Because then it means we know where the carriers are. Or at least one carrier. Or just anything. Ah, I've noticed you said subs in advance of action. Well, I suppose what we'll have to do in the future then is actually potentially hold off. Potentially at longer range. I'd be interested to see if we could actually change the float planes on board those submarines. That'd be intriguing. It'd be lovely if we could have a longer range one. Okay, so begin to load on the task force. Hey, kidding me. Why the fuck are they being so awkward? Am I legitimately going to have to unload to then load? Ah, stupid. Ugh. I think some parts of the bloody game are a little bit annoying. Right, you're unloading supply here at the moment. Fucking hell, you got 35,000 tons here. Bloody hell, that's a lot of supply at Saipan. Yeah, potentially. Nice. Very nice. Do I leave the Air Force unit behind at Saipan? I'm gonna say yes because it's actually a viable island. Then I don't think... No, I couldn't have carried them anyway. I'll load up some supply. It's not a major factor here. Okay. Would be safer to spread them out, but that means they would probably... Right. Okay, what I'm going to do then is accept that node. Yeah. We'll do that. Plenty of supply here to do that at Saipan. That's a lot of work for them, but it'd be worthwhile. Yeah, true. Port expansion will begin. I mean, I do want to build this island up. That's a biggie. Actually, you are carrying some supply here. We need that. Load your cargo. Okay, that's an additional 1,000 tons of supplies. That's nice. Yeah. It's a nice small port. It's not as large as I would have liked it, but it'd be something. Do we begin to expand it now, or should we wait? Indeed. Right, just want them to rest actually for the time being. Yeah. God damn it, you really not make it to truck. Right, oh, I guess not. Well, actually, could they upgrade at Saipan? They should be able to, actually. Hello there, Major. How are you doing, my man? Okay. We only have the two Yamatos. The Musashi and Yamato. Right, you're currently making speed here. I may tell you to actually make full speed. What fuel do we have here? I mean, supply is definitely of the essence. Not so much here at truck, but elsewhere. Right, can they make it? No. Okay, so I'll send you to Guam then for the time being. Seems that we may be able to actually upgrade at Saipan. Okay. Well, the good news is we'll be able to place aboard Kitabutai, additional, 42 fighters in the forms of the A5M4s. That's obviously not taken into account the potential that we might be able to replenish. I don't know if we'll be able to. I don't think we'll be able to replenish any zeros, but we'll be able to replenish the fuel there. We do need to defeat the Canberra and the Perth. That should be done. Yeah, well that's it, isn't it? Obviously it makes these ships suffer. Definitely. I just don't think they're actually in the game. Ship availability. Yeah, just Yamato and Musashi. Yeah, that's true. Okay, then. So, Shinano is already a carrier. Yeah, she's already a carrier. Now, a question I want to ask you guys is, what do you think is potentially worth more? Do you think we should have the float planes from Tarawa obviously run reconnaissance over the landings? Or should we have them transferred to Canton to actually fill in this part over here so we could potentially... Well, we could maybe run reconnaissance from Palmyra. Though we do lose advance warning of what is in front of our actual landing ships. It's a hard decision. I'd be reluctant to change it. Oh yeah, well that's it, isn't it? We'll eventually have to have Kitabutai spend some time in port. Some of the levels are starting to build up now, like on Nakagi. We do have some repair ships out this way. Yeah, so, excuse me, we do have the auxiliary repair. So that could help in some regard. We also do then have truck. Now truck is a larger port size 6, so she might, well, she'll probably be able to repair to a decent extent. We also then have, where is it? Is it here? Yes, we also have the repair dock, the double-on. In this specific situation, South Pacific, I'd actually not use surcharges. Interesting. Well, do we think? Aye, this is it. But the thing is, what could he send to Canton? And if he sends forces to Canton, yes, we might lose our float planes, but the thing is, he would lose his force then. In general, you'll have better results with shorter, more intense search network than a longer search network. Okay. So what would you suggest then, Major? Should we... I mean, I'm open to the idea of this, because obviously that would mean that we'd be able to potentially have information from all angles rather than just one. So would you say, suggest that we keep the one at Tarawa, and have these at Canton run random? Or random at Tarawa? Yeah. Well, Black... The thing is, Canton is closer to our forces over here, so should he actually land at Canton, you'd imagine Kitabutai is even closer to Canton than it is to Fiji. Hmm. 16. We could potentially, if Major suggests that we decrease the range, we could potentially get away with that. But, right. Oh, I know that one. Don't worry about that. I mean, Fiji's going to be a work in progress for years. Canton is only operating as a search base right now. We did effectively abandon Canton. It's actually come into some usefulness right now. I mean, we may return to the island one day, but for me, it's something. It's not a vital necessity. The island isn't garrisoned. I'm under no illusions that it could be. Right, random at Tarawa, random at Canton. Right. Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, we'll run random. Oops, there we go. I have enough supplies at Canton to leave it satisfied for a while. I think we have about 1,700 tons of supply. Yeah. 1,700. We require 154 tons. And what's sustaining the actual flow planes? Well, of course, we do have an actual size 2 airfield here. Granted, there's no aviation support, so we are lacking that. But we do have fuel and supply here. The thing is, we are only doing this. Yeah, you'll need a support or seaplane tender. The idea of Canton is just for that reconnaissance, just for the time being. We're not running it any longer than necessary. We do have we do have tenders on the way. They are some time out though. There's some god more lightly. They know their mission. I don't think I have any other tenders in the nearby area. Not aircraft. Yeah, we do have a tender on its way. I think we might have an additional... Yeah, we have 2 tenders on their way. So what we'll probably do then, assuming that Canton doesn't fall, is I'll divert a tender that way. Now, I am running her at full speed, and that is because obviously I do need something there ASAP. Well, this is it. We do have 2... Well, sorry, one of them currently under repair. 2 days here. But I'm willing to sacrifice potential planes here. I mean, of course, as soon as we sight any potential danger, we will move ASAP. But I feel it might be a necessary sacrifice just to have that additional information. Because at the end of the day, we have the possibility here of carrier action. So if we have advanced warning, that is worth its weight in gold. No, it's super pilot. So these are interestingly heading northeast. See if you can pull a Naval Guard unit from the Marshall Islands for Tarawa. Yeah. I mean, this is it. Obviously, Tarawa isn't particularly strongly held. We only have a engineer unit here. I've stripped a lot of power from this area. I do have another aviation unit I'd like to move. We do have... Yeah. So just got engineers here. We've stripped everything else for the most part. I might even take that base force and move it to Tarawa. Yeah, I think I'll move this base force to Tarawa. What do I have in troop complement? Well, troop capacity. Alright there. See you later there, Rainbow Slash. Have a good one, my man. Okay, we do have cargo ships moving in, so we'll use those. Oh, sorry, garrison for Canton, not Tarawa. Okay. Yeah. The reason I abandoned it was because obviously we do have this upcoming operation. The damage to the port is quite severe. The damage to the airfield is quite severe. We couldn't move anything here in the short time. Now, what do you guys reckon? Do we run shock attack here at Savai? The thing is, assuming these are LSTs, let's try and get an idea of how fast they could potentially move. Right. Assuming this is an actual well, that's an LCT. LST. Okay, assuming it is actually an accurate report and this is an LST, unless he's burning at full speed, he's only going to make about 9 knot speed. So that's actually rather poor, so he might make about 2 to 3 hexes at the most. Right, the Imperial Japanese garrison on Duluth can go to Canton. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, so, assuming that this is an LST. Right, no LSTs arrived for the Allies before mid-42. Interesting. So what could we assume this to be then? I mean, obviously that'd be a landed ship for tanks, potentially? So some misreported sight of an transport. Yeah, could very well be a normal transport, of course. Well, this is it then. His speed could very much vary. From some fast ships to slow ones and everything in between. But he might make 3 to 4 hexes at absolute most, and so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would, yeah, it could potentially put him there. He may be just out of range of survive. Obviously, that's assuming he goes in here. Now, I reckon our naval guard can conquer the island of survive before. Yeah, before the actual Canberra can... Well, I mean, they'll bombard them, but I reckon they'll bombard them, potentially. If he bombards them, that's all the better for us, because obviously that's using valuable ammunition out here. Of course, he could rearm. I don't believe... Yeah, he can't rearm here. I mean, they could have actually come from Pago. We don't know. But yeah, he wouldn't be able to rearm out here. So that would be very good for us. Okay. What we're going to do then is going to move our submarines out that way. Need to continue the trolls here. Now, I think he's running ASW in this area. But I don't think he'll have many planes. The waters here are... Let's see. I'm going to assume ocean deep, potentially shallow. I'm not entirely sure what it is here. Maybe shallow, maybe deep. Okay. Full speed, please, if you will. I do want you in this area ASAP. Right, I think I'll have you hold stations off Noumea. I-9, I think I'll head back. But again, part of me does wonder... No, actually. What do we reckon here? Do we keep a ship... Do we keep a submarine with actual search planes off the coast of Noumea? The advantage there of doing that is ocean deep, and it's ocean deep. Well, it's just obviously just outside of Suva. But then again, no, actually no, that's just Suva then, isn't it? It's not actually the ocean, so yeah, it is ocean deep, fantastic. Yeah, so what I'm thinking here is, do we keep a submarine off the coast of Noumea? Do I do that with one that has no search plane capabilities, or do I do that with one that does have search plane capabilities? The one that does have search plane capabilities obviously would be far more effective in spotting anything coming. But of course, what could we expect to come from the Australian direction? I'd imagine that most of this stuff, as we have already seen, forces are moving from Pearl. So, with that conclusion, and the fact that we already do have some submarines obviously closing on the Australian coastline, I'm going to have I-9 actually head for Fiji. I think it's a... I think it's probably the right move. We still have something off Noumea in case anything passes there. It's not likely to spot anything, but it's probably worthwhile. Now, of course, I withdrawal here with I-8, but I'm going to have potentially... I need to maintain some search, but what do you have here on board? You have here the E14Y1, which is only 4 hex range. So that's only like... not too far. I think we'll move you back. I think that additional intelligence is going to be quite handy for positioning our forces. For the time being. Indeed. Obviously these submarines are moving in. I believe I do have a submarine en route to Canton. That'll be you. Okay, I'm going to tell you to make full speed to actually reach Canton ASAP. Though there's going to burn a lot of fuel, so let's not. You made good speed anyway. Ooh, you've ran out of fuel. 168. You're going to have a couple rough days ahead of you, but oh well. So we saw something here, we saw something here. He may have a force actually heading towards Midway. Hard to say. Right, they're both in for maintenance. Now you're still carrying a couple thousand tons of supply, yeah, so just roughly 3,000 tons of supply. I'm going to tell you to make mission speed. Right, you have taken some damage. You're still burning. Yeah, okay. You're going to have to make full speed. No, what we're going to do here then is split the force. I'm sorry, but she's going to have to be left behind. We can't slow down. We could potentially do that. I could send... Well, this is it. I could send patrol boats. They're nothing much. I don't have that many destroyers, though. So I'm very remittent. Well... Send them off willy-nilly. Not that it is willy-nilly, but you know what I mean. Okay, we'll separate out the other one. So of course they're going to obviously return home. But at least these will be able to make faster progress. That was a link up here. Expand task force. I still have bloody fucking midget submarines. Oh dear. Man, I love those things. Right, I-174. You're ready to go. Good news. I'm going to send a second sub just to Canton then, just to ensure security there. I think it's one of those things, if we spread our submarines out to some degree as well, it does obviously help us out. Right, what we'll do then is, we're not going to have too much longer streaming here. But we're just going to take a look at elsewhere and then just finish off some quicker things. Well, smaller things, and we'll move on. Now, of course, the carriers did move over here, which, yeah, I find interesting. Don't know why. Kind of scary, but hey, they've moved. How do we do this, then? I think it's because they were set to... It's their task force tolerance, then, isn't it? Low. That might be why they've actually retired. That could make sense. Don't this... oh my god, I can imagine. And this is it, it's a small fucking thing, but at the end of the day, it delivers a bloody torpedo, doesn't it? Torpedo up your arse is bloody gonna hurt. I have some fuel here. That's fine. 22 ships, 16 ships. Right, what we'll do then is... Right, there we go. Yeah, send those zeros back to the CVLs, we'll definitely do that. Okay, so you're going to meet the carriers again. Merge. You're going to link up with the escort force. Right, transfer to Zuriho. She should be able to handle that. Yeah, she can handle that. She'll be full. I think it might be due to the fact of the reserve aircraft. Do you have a reserve? You don't have a reserve. Why is it complaining? You can do it. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking reserve there due to that. But no, we're actually at full capacity here. So that's very good then. Okay, so we now have Ryujo and Zuriho. Backup all the carriers there, carrier training capable. Good news. I'm going to reduce that reaction to 3. Okay, how do we use our carriers? Do we bring them out here? We'd have range. Good news, the armor has arrived. They're making some very good progress here. Infantry's marching, good. So we're not far now from Georgetown, so we'll take Georgetown, then cross over here to Taiping, then Taiping down. This armor is currently heading to Taiping. I'm going to tell it to actually... Well, we'll tell it to divert to Georgetown. So follow the 11th Infantry. For the best, as it's actually the shortest route. Route. Okay, so we have our forces over here. I'll see you later, Major. Don't worry about it, we're not going to go too much further than this anyway. Right, I do have a force over here, but we are going to commit to a deliberate attack. Test the waters, really. Good planning there for Manila. Now, the thing is, should this base at Batangas fall, then I'll be able to march on Manila. And should Manila fall, then yeah, that's a huge victory point gain there. But the fact is, it does give us a central position, it gives us light industry, it gives us a repair shipyard, resources, manpower, a good port, and air capacity. That's a lot of good shit right there. And yes, it would actually drive out quite a number of ships here. He'd lose the main port in this area. Would definitely make his life harder. Now, the other landed force is making it here. You've still suffered some heavy flotation damage. I'm pretty much tempted to say fuck it and just go balls to wall. Full speed would be dangerous. It'd mean rather than potentially 3 days, we'd make it in 2 days. We do have a very good size escort, so I think we'll just go mission speed. Just be safe. Yeah, I had to run a light escort, to be honest. I do need those men to cover, but I might have them rediverted. How have we gone over here then with the division? The 33rd. 804 men left. You still have quite a lot of equipment to unload, but you'll do that later. Indeed. So next turn we should see the last of the 33rd Division landed here, which then will mean they can move. They do have some good planning here, which is good. Yep, so we'll have a division here. We'll have a 2nd Division land here. The thing is, even should he attack the actual transports, there's way, way too many destroyers in there for him to just really destroy all the actual ships. He'd struggle. We'll run combat air patrol over here as well. We can definitely run it for potentially this base. So that's very good news. He may be aware of them. Is he aware of them? I don't believe he's aware of them. Very good. I think this would definitely hasten the fall of the Philippines. Yeah, well, we have had the baby Kidabutai over here. They have been using their planes to actually aid in Malaya. They've kind of been chased around by a pack. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 submarines over this way. That's fucking a lot of submarines. And then, of course, we have Kidabutai, which is steaming from hitting the Midway Island. She's going to be steaming towards the Marshall Islands, and then steaming south towards Fiji. Okay, we are running low on supplies here, so I will have to capture additional ones. But we should potentially arrive in combat the next turn. So we'll prepare for that. Oh, bugger off. Why is that changed? Ah, fuck me. Ah, I see. We do have an enemy force here, don't we? Okay, we'll deal with this enemy force then and we'll move on. I mean, we have 2 divisions here, so good fucking luck to whatever the hell it is. This is going to be destroyed. And then we'll move on. Why can't I rebuild you? 13th Army, 13th Army. Really quite, unless I have to go to the other detachments. No, that's strange. I don't know why I can't rebuild them for the time being. No, I'm not a clue at the moment why I can't rebuild them. Strange. I feel like we have cleared the mine from Hong Kong. Well, the mines from Hong Kong. We'll take a quick look at our signal intelligence. Yes, heavy volume of radio transmissions detected at Pearl Harbor. Detected at Dutch Harbor, Fort Ord, Los Angeles, Palmyra, Johnston. Now that's interesting that we're actually detecting transmissions at Palmyra. I think it would be nice to actually have intelligence run over that way. I reckon this is where he's been pulling his ships from. Potentially. But we'll find out. Okay, they'll be heading back soon. Long way to go. Yep, the RTA cavalry division's moving. The 7th RTA has arrived here. Now I can divide the unit, which I will do, then split them up to garrison these bases. These forces here. Put them on the rail line. Oh, yeah, I know. I know, don't worry about that one. It's just because obviously these 2 divisions here can't do anything else other than attack this. I mean, I could move, but I'd rather attack that. We'll destroy them then, obviously, to crush the forces of Shushan. I might only use 1 division, actually, and then march the other one down here. Yeah, that might be a good idea, considering the fact that this force is being hit from the air quite hard. Seems these forces over here are moving from Kanchian. Interesting. So I need some info on what this unit strength is like. Otherwise I could use the 4th Independent Mixed Brigade to, Mixed Regiment to march. Right, has my Euro detachment landed yet? Okay, you're ready to move. So I'll move you to the base over here where you'll be landing to aid. Can you not move? Ah, fuck, you can't move from here, can you? Are you actually on the rail lines? You're not on the rail lines, are you? Fuck's sake. Right, move to Naga. Right, move up there. Yeah, then we'll be able to reorganize the 33rd Infantry Regiment. We'll actually just move up to this base over here at Lucina. That'd make more sense. It's been very nice to actually take control of these rail lines. This SNLF is moving over here to just solidify our control of Buck. Then at least I have a base cluster. Cannon detachment is moving. They'll arrive here shortly, then we'll be able to rebuild the second Formosa. Definitely. Okay. I think we'll decide what we want to do over here in Malaya. I could obviously keep on running the ASW. The thing is though, with the carriers out of this area, it may not actually be feasible. Though, I suppose we can keep it up for the time being, potentially with lesser planes, but just see what our results are. We didn't actually see any air attacks over here, which is an extremely interesting result. Okay, ideally some of this airfield could have been repaired. You need to stay here. It's not a great amount of aviation support, but it's obviously better than what we would have had. I could even potentially fly in some aviation support from over here. AA could be worthwhile. Okay. But this is where we're going to leave it for today. Now, tomorrow I am going to be streaming for Matrix and Slytherin over on their Twitch channel from 6 PM GMT 0 to 9 PM GMT 0. So I do hope to see you guys there. We will play the Battle of the Coral Sea as the Allied forces. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. And it's definitely been a very interesting result. We'll really have to come up with some very nice moves. But I think ultimately, I think we will secure Fiji. We will do it. It will be done. Whether it means we take our time, or whether it means... well, this is it. We aren't committed to a date. It is the 22nd of December 1941. We currently have aircraft carrier superiority. And yeah, we have some time to waste, if necessary, to ensure success. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Now, if you would consider supporting myself on the channel, that would be fantastic. It's obviously that does definitely allow for these series to happen. It's like, for example, my Patreon, Sunyan, donated £50 to actually aid me in buying this brand new microphone, which is fantastic. So I would love to say thank you to each and every one of you. I mean, everybody contributes in their own way. Don't feel I'm begging, because at the end of the day, everybody's got stuff to pay for. But thank you so very much for watching. I would love to see you guys in the future. Goodbye for now.